when the summer sun blazes down and the need for something cold and fizzy hits hard. There's one name that's been quenching thirst for over a century: Pepsi. With its unmistakable flavor and iconic blue label, Pepsi has become one of the most popular beverages in the world, especially in the US, where millions reach for it every day. But have you ever wondered what actually goes into making a bottle of Pepsi? Behind that refreshing sip is a massive operation that combines history, cutting-edge technology, and an almost obsessive commitment to consistency. To find out how this classic drink is made, we stepped inside one of the largest Pepsi factories in the United States, sprawling 7.6-acre facility equipped with 6 high-speed production lines, each capable of bottling up to 36,000 bottles per hour. That's enough to keep up with global demand. It's roughly 150 trucks roll out of the factory daily, delivering Pepsi to more than 140 countries around the world. Pepsi's story begins long before the modern assembly lines and global distribution networks. The original formula dates back to 1893, when a North Carolina pharmacist named Caleb Bradham invented a unique drink he initially called Brad's Drink. He had dreamed of becoming a doctor, but turned to pharmacy when finances got tight. Inside his small drugstore, he crafted a blend of sugar, caramel, lemon oil, nutmeg, cola nuts, and other natural flavors. The goal wasn't just to create something tasty, it was meant to help with digestion. In 1898, Bradham rebranded his creation as Pepsi Cola, believing it would appeal to a broader market. Back then, every glass bottle was hand-blown and manually filled, but over the next few decades, automation transformed the beverage industry. With streamlined machinery and a formula that evolved to taste more like its competitor, Coca-Cola, Pepsi gained momentum, eventually outselling Coke in some markets today. It all begins with one of the most essential and overlooked ingredients: water. At this facility, the water comes from deep Oligocene aquifers, located more than 850 feet underground. These aquifers hold some of the purest water on the planet, formed over 23 million years ago. That ancient origin makes the water incredibly low in contaminants. But purity alone isn't enough once extracted. The water undergoes a multi-step filtration and purification process to meet Pepsi's exacting standards. That's important because water makes up about 94% of every bottle. The second key element in every sip of Pepsi is carbonation. Carbon dioxide, or CO, gives Pepsi its signature bubbles, crisp mouthfeel, and fizzy excitement when you pop the cap, beyond creating that fun, tingly sensation. CO helps preserve the beverage thanks to its non-reactive nature and stability under pressure. The interplay between sugar and C also delivers Pepsi's unique balance: sweet with a slightly tangy finish that dances on your tongue. But what really sets Pepsi apart is the concentrate top secret formula that's been guarded for more than 100 years. This super concentrated syrup is created at just 3 production sites worldwide and shipped under tight security to bottling plants. It's here that the concentrate is blended with sugar and filtered water in carefully controlled ratios, forming the foundation of the Pepsi flavor people have loved for generations. Around 20 types of syrups are prepared daily for different Pepsi variations, and everything from calorie counts to caffeine levels is precisely calibrated. For consumers watching their sugar intake, Pepsi offers zero-calorie options using special artificial sweeteners designed to preserve the classic taste without the sugar rush. Walking through the production floor feels like stepping into the heart of a high-tech symphony. Massive storage areas house towering sacks of white sugar and giant drums of flavor essence. Ingredients are loaded into stainless steel tanks where they're mixed according to precise formulas. Pepsi's familiar flavor is a complex result of blending sugar, sweeteners, vanilla, lemon essence, and a pinch of caffeine, natural stimulant that promotes alertness. The caffeine is dissolved in water first, then blended with the other ingredients, forming the base of the iconic flavor millions crave. While the formula might sound simple, just sugar, water, and fizzy, the truth is, every step is backed by food science and decades of flavor engineering. Next comes carbonation, the critical step that gives Pepsi its soul. The water is chilled to just above freezing before being infused with carbon dioxide under intense pressure. Cold water holds more CO, so this temperature control is key to achieving the perfect level of fizziness. When the bottle or can is opened, the sudden release of pressure causes the gas to escape, creating those satisfying bubbles. This release also forms a small amount of carbonic acid, which balances the drink's sweetness and delivers a clean, crisp bite that Pepsi fans adore. It's this precise blend of sugar, carbonation, and acidity that keeps Pepsi refreshingly addictive to maintain freshness and safety. A small amount of preservatives is added to prevent microbial growth, while antioxidants protect the flavor and color. Everything is continuously monitored. Quality control teams check the product at every stage, from syrup mixing to carbonation to bottling. Random samples are pulled from the line, tested in labs for taste and consistency. And if even one bottle is off, the entire batch can be pulled for review. Obsessive attention to quality ensures that whether you're drinking Pepsi in California or Kansas, the taste is exactly what you expect every single time. Once the final mixture is perfected, it moves to the filling stage. The high-speed bottling lines are a marvel of modern automation. Empty bottles are sanitized, then filled, capped, and labeled in mere seconds. Optical scanners check for defects, ensuring that every bottle is clean, filled to the correct level, and sealed properly. Labeled bottles are then sorted, packed into crates, and loaded onto pallets ready for shipment. From there, Pepsi is loaded onto trucks, shipped to warehouses, and finally delivered to stores across the U.S. and the world. The scale of the operation is staggering, but so is the precision. What may seem like a simple soda is actually the product of state-of-the-art engineering, tightly guarded secrets, and over a century of beverage expertise. Every element, from the mineral-rich water and CO bubbles to the sweet concentrate and chilled tanks, is carefully managed to produce one thing: the perfect Pepsi. Have you ever cracked open a cold bottle of Pepsi and wondered what kind of science and precision goes into making that perfect fizz, that unmistakable sweet flavor, and that refreshing rush of bubbles? Behind every bottle and can of Pepsi is a high-speed symphony of machines, experts, and state-of-the-art processes, all working in harmony to deliver the drink millions of people crave every day. From the creation of the bottles and cans to the meticulous filling, sealing, and packaging, the journey of Pepsi is a blend of innovation, quality control, and pure beverage magic. If you thought soda just appeared on shelves, get ready to be amazed. At the heart of Pepsi's production is a dedicated team of professionals and a suite of high-tech equipment designed to ensure that every single bottle tastes exactly the way it should. Every batch is closely monitored inside the facility's lab, where skilled technicians run precise quality control tests. They measure carbonation levels to ensure the perfect amount of CO, check sugar ratios to maintain that signature Pepsi sweetness, and monitor a host of other factors to guarantee that each bottle meets the company's exacting standards before it ever leaves the factory. Once the quality has been approved, it's time to shape the containers. Pepsi's iconic plastic bottles start out as small PET plastic preforms, essentially mini bottles that look nothing like the final product. These preforms are first heated to a precise temperature, then placed into molds where air rapidly expands them into full-sized bottles. It all happens at lightning speed. As soon as the bottles are formed, they're sent through a rapid water rinse system that cools them down instantly and removes any impurities that may have developed during the heating process. Next, the bottles are filled with the Pepsi syrup mixture, which is carefully maintained at a specific temperature to prevent foaming and preserve flavor. Each bottle is filled with exact precision, using an automated system that ensures a uniform fill across thousands of bottles. With the Pepsi now inside, the bottles move straight to the capping machine, where caps are automatically fed in and tightly sealed to lock in the carbonation. Then it's on to labeling, where high-speed machinery affixes perfectly aligned Pepsi. Labels up to 200 per minute. But this is no simple assembly line. Every aspect of the packaging process is optimized for speed and consistency. Robotic arms sort and position the bottles, while automated packing machines arrange them into trays or cartons ready for stacking. The factory produces Pepsi in a variety of sizes from small 6.7-ounce bottles to massive 67-ounce containers, offering something for every consumer and occasion. Specialized lines are even dedicated to reusable glass bottles. These bottles are first washed and sterilized using high-temperature treatments to ensure cleanliness and remove any lingering residue or labels. After inspection for chips or damage, they're refilled with fresh Pepsi, sealed with aluminum crown caps, and passed through a drying system to eliminate condensation. The final step sees these eco-friendly bottles packed into crates and sent out for delivery. Showing Pepsi's commitment to both quality and sustainability, the aluminum can production line is just as fascinating. It begins with stacks of empty cans shipped from a supplier in North Carolina. Each shipment includes around 25 pallets with over 8,000 cans per pallet. Upon arrival, the cans are depalletized and fed into a sophisticated conveyor system that flips them upside down for cleaning. A powerful jet of Pepsi-treated water is blasted inside each can to ensure they're spotless before filling. From there, the cans are sent into a high-speed filler equipped with 72 synchronized valves that pour Pepsi into each can with remarkable accuracy. Immediately after filling, the cans are sealed using a 12-head seaming machine that secures the lids and preserves the CAFO. And at sea, then pass through a warming machine to raise their temperature just above the dew point. This step is critical because if cans are too cold during packaging, moisture can condense on their surface, ruining the quality of the final package. Freshly filled Pepsi typically sits at around 34 degrees Fahrenheit, but after warming, it's brought up to a temperature that prevents condensation while still keeping the drink cool. The cans are then inspected by the Fill-Tech system, which scans for underfilled units. If a can contains less than the required 12 ounces, it's automatically removed by a piston system to maintain quality standards. Next, the cans are rotated back to an upright position and pass through an air drying system that blasts away any residual moisture. Once dried, the cans are arranged into 20 packs in a 5-row 4-can layout using a GPI packaging machine. This machine swiftly loads the cans into cardboard cartons, seals the edges with industrial adhesive, and sends them down the line where a date code is printed for tracking. The cartons are then moved along a spiral conveyor to the palletizing area. Here, robotic systems tightly wrap the cartons in shrink film to keep them stable during shipping. And forklifts load the finished pallets into the warehouse, ready for distribution. During peak production, especially in the hot summer months, the factory can produce nearly 1.9 million cases of Pepsi cans every year. On a busy day, as many as 150 trucks roll out of the facility, loaded with fresh, ice-cold Pepsi, destined for grocery stores, vending machines, restaurants, and fridges across the United States and beyond. It's a non-stop operation that brings joy to millions with every sip. So, the next time you open a can or bottle of Pepsi and hear that satisfying hiss of carbonation, remember that it's not just a drink, it's the final result of a finely tuned operation involving engineers, food scientists, robotic systems, and careful quality checks from start to finish. From shaping the bottles and washing the cans to ensuring the perfect mix of syrup and carbonation, Pepsi's journey from factory to fridge is a modern marvel of efficiency and taste. And now, here's a fun question. If you were given two glasses, one filled with Coca-Cola and the other with Pepsi, would you be able to tell which is which? It's a debate as old as soda itself. If you enjoyed this inside look at how Pepsi is made, don't forget to like, share this with your fellow soda lovers, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss our next fascinating exploration into the world of food, drinks, and factory secrets. Hit the bell icon for notifications, and we'll see you in the next one.